Hello. So, Red One is a movie that I watched for some reason. And if you're watching this, you probably watched it too for some reason. Why did we do that?
Gaming Cookie Guy
Entertainment.
I will say this, if for some reason you haven't seen Red One and you're watching this video and you're wondering, like, what is Red One? It's exactly what you think it would be. Like, watch 5 seconds of the trailer and you know what it is. In fact, if you've not seen the trailer, just picture a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson movie. It's that. It's that again, but at Christmas. And yet here I am making this video, which might suggest to you that I have some like magical change that will solve every problem with this movie and make it like an Oscar contender. Not that that's what I do on this channel. But it's even less the case for this movie, because in this video, I just want to talk about a scene that I felt like was written out of the movie. And so in this case, it feels less like I am rewriting the movie, and it feels more like I am returning a scene to its proper place. And like the crazy thing about this is I don't even know if it makes the movie better, but it does. Like, there's this completionist part of my brain where it completes the puzzle at least, and so that makes it better. And once you start to think about the movie and the story and the casting, I feel like it's pretty clear to see why a scene like this would have been abandoned if it truly was in the DNA of the story somewhere, because it was something that would have given The Rock's Callum Drift more of a character arc, when it feels like for some reason he just like has an allergic reaction to those. When we meet Cal in this movie, we find out he has set his mind on retiring because he can, quote, no longer see it. And we learn throughout the movie that Cal has become slightly disillusioned with humanity, and he can no longer see that childlike innocence in everybody anymore. And over the years, he has just become more and more jaded. And this is actually kind of interesting when you zoom out and look at this story, because we have met a couple of characters, a couple of antagonists throughout this movie who seem to have at one time or another gone through exactly what Cal seems to be going to. We have Krampus, who we learn is the originator of the naughty list, and over time wanted to punish the bad kids more than reward the good kids, and so he was exiled. And then we meet our main antagonist, she who shall not be named. We meet Grilla, and that's exactly her deal too. She wants to make a world that she thinks is better by punishing people, and not only the people on the naughty list, but anybody who has ever been naughty. So where was the scene? Where was it? You know what scene I'm talking about. What did you do with it? Do I need to call Jack O'Malley to find it? Where is it? I am talking about the scene where the main antagonist and the main protagonist finally meet face to face, and the villain gives them the "we're not so different, you and I" speech. Because there are times when this very cliche speech is given and I don't buy it. I'm like, no, Lex Luthor and Superman are nothing alike. Stop, cut this scene. This makes no sense. There are times when that speech is given and I want to skip it. In this movie, I feel like it makes sense. Where was it? This is where Cal is heading on his journey until the redemption of Jack O'Malley is able to restore his faith in humanity. Somewhere in this movie's bones, there had to have been a scene where Grilla points this out. She tempts Cal into joining her side. She tries to tempt him by saying she's actually doing a good thing. She's ridding the world of naughty people. This way, he'll be able to see all the good in people again, because all that will be left are good people. Isn't that what he wants at the end of the day? To be able to see the good in people again? Isn't that something she could dangle in front of him? And again, we have Krampus, somebody who did fall into this exact same trap. He is a foil for Cal, and we see what it has done to him. It has ostracized him, isolated him from his family. It has not made him happy. I don't know. I do not know. Maybe the screenwriters, like, they didn't believe in themselves. They didn't believe they could craft a scene in which they are trying to tempt the ever pure of heart Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to the dark side. But without it, I just have a harder time believing the arc of his character. And I certainly think this could have strengthened the movie to give its main hero and main villain this connective thread. Or maybe they didn't want to pull focus from Chris Evans' character. They didn't want to commit to making him a side, a supporting character in Cal's story. But like, I've seen the story of the main protagonist's deadbeat dad who needs to learn to show up for his kid. I've seen that. What I haven't seen is the story of Santa's bodyguard learning how to believe in the goodness of mankind again. Like, there's your movie. There's your protagonist. Commit to it. Even if at the end of the day, I don't know if this scene saves the movie. I don't know if it makes it one of those all-time classics. But I at least think it gives it a chance to set itself apart. But that's enough from me. Tell me, what did you think of Red One? And please tell me if you were also convinced through like 99% of this movie that Lucy Liu was going to turn out to be a surprise bad guy. Because like, when in movie history has the head of a secret government organization not turned out to be the bad guy? I was waiting for that the entire time, and the fact that it never came also kind of jolted me, but I didn't know where to fit that in this rewrite, so I left it alone. But please confirm that in the comments for me. Let me know if there's anything you would have changed with this movie, anything you would have left the same, and let me know if this movie is going to become like a yearly tradition for you. I can't say it's going to be for me. This is probably going to be the only time I watch it. But please subscribe if you did like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.